It's Coke in a wine glass. I wanted to feel fancy. Cheers. Hello. I would really appreciate it if we didn't look nor talk about the mess of my living room. Just pretend like I didn't even mention it. We're in the process of moving some furniture around right now, so that's why it looks so messy. But I am back with the next installment of this series on my channel. If you're new here, I have been doing a monthly kind of roundup, that's what I've been calling it, in my eating disorder recovery. So for the past few months, I filmed some bits and pieces throughout the month and put it together in a video for your eyeballs. April was, all in all, a pretty good month for me in terms of recovery. In terms of larger context of the world, not that great. And I also know that a lot of people have been struggling with their eating disorder recovery while in quarantine and while everything's been going on. So I feel extremely lucky that I haven't been one of those people that's been like majorly affected by it. But I'm not going to keep this introduction super long because I don't really have much to say, but also I don't want you looking at the mess. Why is my boyfriend's deodorant there? This is a living room. That doesn't make any sense. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoy this video and remember to give it a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Onwards with the video. Oh, it's hot. Oh, I've got my PB&J. This mug was bought by Sophie Perry, shout out to you. I've been watching a lot of Carrie Dayton recently and I was subscribed to her like way back in the day when she'd make YouTube videos, yes, storytime videos. I hadn't watched her for a while, but she's making a lot of like content to do with body image and body positivity and all that good stuff. And that kind of made me just want to sit down and like talk to you guys, because if you've been following this little series I have on my channel where I take some footage from throughout the month and put it all together in one big vlog at the end, and it's all to do with my recovery from an eating disorder. If you've been following that series, you'll know I have done 3. I missed last month's, so that would have obviously been the 4th one. Honestly, just didn't have the time, didn't have the energy, didn't want to talk, to be honest. But this video that you're seeing now is the 5th month, so we're getting into half a year of eating disorder recovery and I'm feeling really good. I've noticed that there seems to be a slight theme of where I seem to feel really good at the start of the month and then not so good at the end, and I didn't notice that before I started recording these videos, so I don't know what that is. I know that some women's menstrual cycles can massively affect how they feel about, I think someone just saw me recording this video. Hello. Some women's menstrual cycles can massively affect how they feel about their body, so maybe it's something to do with that, but I am on the implant, so I don't have like super regular periods. Maybe it's something to do with that, maybe it's just a coincidence, I don't know. And last week, so like the end of March, very beginning of April, I felt horrendous. I cried 3 times last week about how awful I felt about my body, and like crying 3 times in 1 week is a lot for me. Like I used to do that like way back in the day. The times in my life when it's been its worst, that was very, like crying 3 times a week would have been very consistent with that. And so it kind of felt a little bit like it came out of nowhere last week. I made a video recently called Spring Clean and Quarantine, and I basically tidied and reorganised my room a little bit. And I found a bikini under my bed that had been sitting there since last summer. I think I bought it in June 2019, tried it on, hated how I looked in it, but kept it anyway. And there's something in that a lot of people with issues surrounding body and food and stuff will keep things that maybe they don't like themselves in, or things that maybe don't fit, with the hopes that one day they will be skinny enough to wear this thing. And that's an issue in itself, because some people literally have whole wardrobes of clothes that they can't fit into, but they're holding on to this one day I will be skinny enough, and that's not a great way to live your life, because you're waiting to live your life. Basically you are putting your life on hold and waiting out for when you'll be thin enough to wear this thing or whatever. I don't think that's really what I was doing with this bikini. I think I just didn't like myself in it, and I thought maybe one day I will like myself in it. So I forgot that I had it and I tried it on this morning. Guys, I looked fucking good. I really mean that. Sorry. It wasn't one of those things where I was like, oh, I feel good, but maybe if I wear this in public or go outside or something, I won't feel so good. Like I felt very confident in it, which was so nice, especially as I know how I felt when I bought that and it wasn't good. I'm pretty sure I probably cried then, to be honest. It was nice to see that like massive improvement. This is painful. I'm sitting on my ankles. Ow. It's really nice to see when you have massive improvements like that, because sometimes we can just kind of be trucking along, doing a bit every day, taking each day as it comes, and sometimes we don't notice when we're improving because it's happening so slowly. And I want to go on holiday now so I can wear this bikini, but obviously coronavirus, number 1. Also money, number 2. Actually, this is another thing that have I got peanut butter in my teeth? Also, this is completely not related to the eating disorder video, whatever, but I'm just so excited about it. I found out about it like a few minutes ago, so I have to tell you. I obviously have curly hair, and there's this brand that I buy my shampoo and conditioner and leave-in conditioner and revitalizing like curl spray from. Most of their products are vegan, if not all. They're cruelty-free, they're 97% natural, and they're just like the best things ever for curly hair. They have other ranges as well that are not just for curly hair, but they just messaged me on Instagram and were like, hey, do you want a promo code? I was like, yes. I'm going to leave that on the screen for you and down below. I'll leave that there for any of you who are interested in some cruelty-free hair care. Like I said, totally irrelevant to this video, but your girl needs the coint, okay? I'm just out here securing the bag. Something that is really cool has been happening. I've noticed it the past week, 2 weeks. My metabolism, I feel like, is finally starting to balance out and even out and not be so shit, because basically I went through this before when I was when I started recovery the first time around. If you didn't know, I tried recovering back in like 2015, 2016, and I went through a really good period of time where I was like, I think I'm recovered, and then things happened. The same thing happened to me when I started recovery back then. So when your body is used to running on such a low amount of calories, such a low amount of energy, sometimes then when you go to eat the quote unquote normal amount of calories or energy, I say that just because there's like an estimate, isn't there? And consuming that much energy just as most people would that don't have eating disorders. When you start eating that much food, your body can kind of react as if you're overeating when you're not. It's just like you were consuming such a low amount that your body that was your body's normal. So when you are trying to recover and up what you're eating, your body thinks, whoa, that's like so much, like you're overeating, even though in reality you're not. That happened to me a few years ago, and it happened to me again when I first started this journey, and it's terrifying. Because the reason you have an eating disorder most likely, and the reason that you're restricting your calories to such a few amount, is because you're terrified of putting on weight. And when you start eating more and your body's freaking out, weight gain is something that may happen. Now, I'm speaking in very generalized terms here. Recovery is not the same for everyone. I'm just saying this is what happened to me twice. So I kind of know that this is something that my body does. Yeah, a few years ago when I was researching it the first time it was happening to me, I found a lot of articles online talking about metabolic damage, and I thought that is what I had. I've now learned that metabolic damage, that kind of term, is a bit pseudoscience-y, and how you can't really have like a damaged metabolism. You can just have like a low metabolism or a high or whatever, because if it was completely damaged or broken, like we'd be dead basically. Metabolic damage, perhaps that's not the right term scientifically, it kind of describes how it feels. Like it does feel like your metabolism is broken, and it feels like you're having to try and teach it a new way to live, and it's just not having any of it, basically. That's how it feels. If I can find any legitimate sources, I will link them down below for like information about this. This is just going off, number one, my experience of recovering twice, and two, kind of my memory of what I researched a few years ago. So I've done no research on this recently, but if I do find a legitimate article or anything, I'll link it down below. You can just go and research this yourself. So when I started doing these videos on my channel, the same thing sort of happened. I was trying to up my daily calorie intake, and my body was just reacting as if I was feeding it crazy amounts. And it's really hard to persist, because your urge is, when you gain weight, your urge is to purge. The urge is to purge or to start restricting again. But that has been something that's been a real difficult thing for me to do these past few months, is to just persist even though I'm putting on weight. Something that I've noticed the past couple of weeks though is that my weight is just kind of stabilizing. It's coming to a point now where it's not making such drastic changes all the time. It's just stabilizing, which makes me think that my metabolism is getting a little bit faster, kind of waking up. It feels like my whole body is waking up. It feels like everything was just very sleepy for a long time, because your body is very clever. We underestimate how smart our bodies are. If you're eating a significantly less amount of food, your body's going to hang on to the fat. It wants to keep you alive. It wants to save and maintain this energy. These past few months when I've been really just nourishing myself, nourishing my body, being kind to it, I've noticed that, yeah, it it's waking up, my metabolism is waking up. I've been a little bit less interested in weighing myself. I still do weigh myself more than I should really. It's more than a healthy amount, but I'm less interested now. I feel like so grateful in moments like this because I just ate. I'm gonna get I can feel like my tear ducts. But like I just sat here and ate a piece of toast with strawberry jam and peanut butter as a snack, just an afternoon snack because I was hungry. That is something that was once a struggle. That's something that I can just do. Like, yeah, today clearly is a very good day. Like I said, last week I cried like 3 times because of my body. But even last week, it wasn't really affecting how I was eating. Like I was still having these feelings, but I managed to sit with them and not use food as a coping mechanism for these feelings. I'm feeling just very happy and grateful right now for where I am in recovery. Also, for those of you who regularly watch these recovery videos, I know it's not a ton, but there are a couple of you who regularly like watch all of them. I just want to say thank you. Thanks for watching them. Thanks for liking my videos. Thanks for commenting and DMing me. And it genuinely makes me so happy that me talking about this on the internet isn't just going into the void. Hello, what are you doing in here? I didn't put you in there. Welcome to my fridge. I like to hang out here sometimes. Today I thought I'd do a couple of things. I thought I'd show you kind of what's in my fridge and like the sort of foods that I've been eating recently. This month, the month of April, has been all about snacking. When I first started eating disorder recovery, it was a challenge for me to eat 3 meals a day because my eating was just so sporadic and all over the place. I wasn't really focusing on snacking at all. Then I think it was like at the end of March, the beginning of April time, when I felt like my body started to, I think I talked about this in the other clip that you've just seen, my body started to like align itself a little bit more and I started to actually become hungry in between meals because I wasn't necessarily hungry. It's like the 3 meals a day were like, they were doing their job, they were filling me up. But I started actually being like more hungry, like I got a bit more of an appetite, which definitely is not a bad thing. So I just started to incorporate snacks, which I wasn't really doing before. And it's not just people who have eating disorders that struggle with this. Also, I've got wet hair. I just took it out of my little towel thing. That seems to be a regular occurrence in these monthly videos, wet hair or a towel on my head. But whatever. We're constantly told that we shouldn't be snacking in between meals and that we shouldn't be hungry, that like we essentially to ignore our body's hunger cues. And we're always told, you know, drink water instead of snack, like you're just thirsty. I remember that was like my mantra growing up. I was like, I'm just thirsty, I'm just thirsty. There was a point in 2017 where I was very, very unwell with my eating disorder and I was drinking, this is no exaggeration, I was drinking up to around 8 litres of water a day instead of eating. Okay, so I thought I'd show you some stuff in my fridge, show you some of the snacks that I've been enjoying this month. And also, speaking of not eating, I'm not eating yet today. It's like 1:30, but that's just because I slept in and a million other things have happened. But either way, I'm hungry and I want some lunch, so I'm going to show you what I've got for lunch. Let me get this out. So this week I actually meal prepped my lunches. Also, this isn't wine. I'm not sophisticated enough for that. It's Coke in a wine glass. I wanted to feel fancy. Cheers. I kind of just did it with what was lying around in the flat. And so I've got this, obviously it's only half because I'm going to add something else to it. In there I've got rice, split peas, a bit of onion, a bit of mushroom, sauteed spinach, and then like some garlic and like herbs and stuff. I don't really know what it is, but these types of dishes are like my favourite. Something with like a grain, a protein and veggies, like they're just my favorites. I want something else to add to this, obviously. So I'm thinking of adding I've got these vegetarian meatballs from Linda McCartney that are also, they're vegan, but they don't say vegan. So I could add a couple of them. I'm all about meals that don't make sense and don't like go together, by the way. I could make some scrambled tofu or like fried tofu squares. Ah, it's dripping on me. Why is it wet? Or I've got half a can of butter beans left to use, which I think I might go for these because I'm really hungry and I want to eat like now. Probably going to cook these in some, we've got clove of garlic or garlic paste. I'm lazy. What else have I got? I might add some of this to it. Sauerkraut. I really like this and I first discovered I liked it when I was in Germany. I'm not really even sure what it is. Is it like fermented cabbage? I don't know, but I like it. Shall I just show you the inside of the fridge now? We have a super tiny fridge. We're wanting to upgrade. This is my boyfriend's. He is not vegan or vegetarian. He's got like meat stuff and eggs and whatever. Up here is usually where I keep like the actual vegan products. So we've got tofu, we've got my other lunch back here. We've got the meatballs. Oh, that's heavy. Dairy-free margarine. And we've got an Alpro chocolate yogurt thing, which is actually really nice. And we've got these. Oh my God, these are delicious. So this is something I bought when I decided that I was gonna start snacking more. This is something I would never have eaten in a million trillion years when my eating disorder was really bad. It would have told me that this was gonna make me fat. It would have told me that this is just junk food. That's how my eating disorder brain saw food. It was either healthy food, which is like what we've got in here, lettuce, cucumber, or it was junk food, which is stuff like this would have been junk food, this would have been junk food. Yeah, I would not have been eating that, but I have been eating these. These are so good. And they have another one. They have chocolate hazelnut ones. They're even better. I want to show you our cupboard as well. Here we go. And something else that I've been loving snacking on. Oh, we don't have any. Oh yeah, because I ate the last one. Okay, hold on. Let me see if there's... Damn it, there's not. Yeah, we don't. I've just looked. We don't have any. But I'll put a picture here what I'm talking about. The Belvita blueberry crumble soft bake. I don't know what it's called, but it tastes like a blueberry muffin. It's incredible. I've been really liking to snack on those. My boyfriend has cereal in the mornings. I'm not much of a cereal with milk type of person, but he's been getting these funky ones like pecan and maple. This is something that my eating disorder also would have told me that it's just junk food. Like, it's not a vegetable, so therefore it's junk food. Like, that's how my brain thought of it. But I've been really liking having this without any milk, just dry in a little bowl as a snack. It's really good. We have our sad little fruit bowl up here. I say sad because it hasn't got much stuff in it. Here, behold, a grapefruit. Oh, it's a bit... Just ignore that. I've had like a love affair with grapefruit recently. I never used to like them that much, but I've been snacking on them loads. Bye! Sorry that last clip ended really abruptly. It kind of just felt like I was in the middle of a conversation and it just ended. I don't know what happened. But thank you so much for watching. Something that I really like about doing these videos is the conversation that usually happens in the comments below. Everyone's so supportive and kind to each other, so please leave a comment if you would like to. Subscribe if you want to see more of these videos or more videos on mental health kind of things, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully. Please subscribe. Bye!